Hey guys, it's coffee time. Sherlock, are you settled now? He loves to lay between the window, I almost called it a mirror, the window and the blinds, and so every time he even remotely moves, the blinds like wrestle up against each other. He does this in the bedroom all the time. He'll lay between the blinds and the window, and then at like 3 or 4 in the morning, he's just like, rustle, 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 rustle. I'm like, stop! Stop, please! So many blind noises, huh? He just likes the heat. But if I have them open right now, then it's like, blasted, super white back there, and then I look like a shadow. So I have to close them, and now he's rebelling. He's rebelling is what's happening. Won't even pay attention to me. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for anybody who just started following me on Twitter because it must seem so confusing. All day today I've been in that sort of mood where I'm like, oh, you want to pick a fight? Let's pick a fight. Let's do it right now. Because I got really frustrated today. I got really frustrated, and some of you are going to say, Dodger, you shouldn't feed the trolls. The problem is that these people that frustrated me so badly aren't trolls. They're people who used to be like legitimate fans of my shows and now hate them. And it got really, really frustrating because, wait, let me start from the beginning. Let me break this whole thing down for you, all right? And for anybody who's only been involved in part of this, you'll know the story from my side, right? So on my subreddit, somebody had asked whether or not I had a stream schedule. Very simple question, right? And the first response was something along the lines of, Dodger can never stick to a schedule. She always tries to put together schedules and they don't work, which is totally true. I'm really, really bad with schedules, so fair enough. And, you know, I responded with like, oh, throwing shade, la la la. Here's, you know, the kind of quasi schedule that I try to do. Like, here are the days I try to stream, here's the time I try to stream at, but who knows, because sometimes I have shoots and blah, 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 blah. And then somehow it devolved from Dodger can't stick to a schedule to here's all of her shows and the numbers showing that all of them are failing. And then it turned into here's all of the reasons why Dodger's YouTube channel is awful. And then it turned into here's all of the reasons why Dodger doesn't care about her YouTube channel or anybody who's watching it. And basically my mods came to me and said, can we just delete this whole post because there are so many comments that we genuinely want to delete that basically the whole post is pointless. And I was like, sure. So the entire post got deleted because we legitimately were just like, this whole thing turned into like something really negative, like not constructive at all. Just like Dodger doesn't care about her channel and here's all of the reasons why and all of the things that are wrong with her YouTube channel, right? And I was just like, there's no reason for that to be there. You know? And so then, because I made a post being like, no one should ever be silenced, I got a bunch of messages being like, oh, you don't believe in silencing or censoring people, and yet you're gonna delete an entire post that just talks about, you know, the things that are wrong with you. Maybe you could learn something from that post. And I was like, really? Here's how this works, right? If I have a subreddit, a forum that is mine, that is essentially like my home. That is a home base for me. That means you can come to me and say, here's some critique. Here's some things that maybe should be changed. Here's some things to keep in mind. And I can say, I appreciate that, thank you. And I can choose whether or not I want to apply that or not. If you come into a person's house and tell them that they don't care about their job, that they're bad at their job, that they're awful, they're going to tell you to leave. Because you're in their house being rude to them. That's how that works. That is not censoring or silencing somebody. That's me saying to you, I don't want to hear it because the way you're telling me this is rude. And if you can't understand that what you're saying to me is rude, then there's no point in me having a discussion with you anyway. So that whole thing happened. I was just, oh my god, I got so frustrated. Because again, these are people who used to really, really love my shows, right? And I know that. And so it does mean more when they say to me, I don't think your shows are good anymore. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. But I also feel like I genuinely care about my shows. I love what I'm doing right now. I'm having a really good time with my channels, and I'm working harder on them than I've ever worked before. So for somebody to tell me that I don't care is insulting. It's deeply insulting. And the only thing that I can say is, well, I just don't think that I'm what you're looking for anymore. Because I've been on YouTube for so many years now. I've changed. I've grown up a little bit. I have turned into a slightly different person. I'm still me at the core, but there are things about me that have changed because I've grown, you know? And maybe you just don't like me anymore. And that's what happens when you grow up with somebody, is sometimes you grow closer and sometimes you grow apart. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you have to come to my house and tell me I'm awful. That means that you go find other friends, right? You go find somebody else who does suit your needs, right? Like, I just don't understand. I read through all of those posts, all of them, because I genuinely wanted to be like, what can I be doing better? Because I've gotten messages for a long time now being like, Dex bonus isn't as good, aspects of Press Heart aren't as good, and I read all of them. And I literally can't figure out what any of them are talking about. So, I don't know. And I know that a lot of you are going to say, Doctor, don't worry about it. Why are you worrying about this so much? But I do want to take it to heart when it comes from somebody who used to really like what I do. I want to read it and understand, like, what it is that isn't good anymore. But at the same time, I'm like, maybe it's just different. Maybe it's just a different thing than it used to be. And that's not bad. It just means that it's not what you want anymore. And you don't need to be insulting me in order to tell me that you don't like it anymore. I don't know. I got so frustrated. But I assure all of you that are watching right now that I do care about you, that I love the stuff that I'm making, that I love my channels, and that I'm not going anywhere, right? Yeah. So that's how I feel right now. That's the headspace that I've been in all day, and I've just been so just ready to be like, excuse me, you want to fight? That probably means that I need to like walk away from my computer. Like, it probably means I need to just get up and leave and do something else, but that's so hard. Sometimes it's so hard because I just like get into a cave. I get into a weird cave where I'm just like reading the same stuff over and over again. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand. On the plus side, though, happily Aaron sent me a fan mix called He Is Mine, a Cry-cest fan mix. The amount of cry stuff, ever since we started Dandelion, the amount of cry stuff that has been sent to me is incredible. Because, like, his fan base is so huge. So really, anything under the sun that you could hope to find of cry, it exists. It totally exists. So, yeah, I've been sent a fan mix by Aaron. I've been sent fan art that has nothing to do with me. It's literally just like, hey, you want some cry porn? And I'm like, I mean, I didn't really get a choice in the matter, did I? It's there. It happened on my screen, so. But yeah, thank goodness for Sam. Sam is so eternally patient with me. Sam's the sort of person who's like, I realize that I have problems, but I'm going to ignore everybody who's telling me how to fix it because I know how to fix it. I don't need their help. You know, I don't need to be reading about how many people know, you know, what's wrong with my channel when I know what's wrong with my channel, right? For me, it's like there's still, as confident of an adult as I've turned into, there's still that part of me that is so sad when I know that someone doesn't like me anymore. You know? It's like that weird like child aspect of my brain where I'm like, why don't you want to be my friend anymore? And the truth of it is, as an adult, the truth of it is, well, maybe we're just not the sort of people who should be friends. anymore, right? That's kind of what happens as you get older. And for me, I like sit and I fester sometimes. Normally I'm so good about not doing it, but every now and then I just fester. I just read everything. I just wallow in it, and then Sam has to hear me be like, just everywhere. Unfortunately, you know, he knows how to be supportive and firm at the same time. So, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I know that I seem like very manically frustrated right now, but I'm fine. 'Cause again, I'm really happy with my channels. I'm really happy with everything that's going on in my life right now. I feel like everything is going in a really, sorry, I have the hiccups, in like a really, really good direction. So it's just frustrating when somebody says that it's all bad, right? And I'm like, but it's not. I don't know. I'm gonna go and make dinner, but I'm actually gonna make the stuffed peppers tonight. I know. Whoa, wow. But yeah, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for listening to me rant. You're all wonderful and beautiful, and I am so happy to have you. So thank you for being eternally supportive and all that. Okay? All right. Bye-bye. Mwah.